Let's be real for a second. Imagine unboxing that shiny new budget TV you found online. The one with 4K HDR splashed across the box. The one the algorithm basically screamed was the deal of the year. Plug it in, fire it up, and for a moment, you smile. You're thinking, did I just outsmart the entire TV industry for $399? Fast forward 3 months. Your smile fades. The screen now has the vibrancy of a cold slice of bread. Fast motion stutters like it's buffering in real life. And worst of all, you're stuck with it. Trapped in TV purgatory, wondering if you saved money or just bought into one of the best marketed disappointments of the decade. This is what they don't tell you. Because in 2025, the line between affordable brilliance and budget heartbreak is razor thin. TV manufacturers know exactly how to dazzle you on paper, doling out specs like Dolby Vision, QLED, and 120 Hz refresh like candy at a parade. But in the real world, behind closed boxes and slick marketing, the story changes. Not every budget TV is a bargain. Some are catastrophes wrapped in casing, but guess what? You're not falling into that trap. Not today. Because in this video, we are stripping away the marketing jargon, tearing off the shiny wrappers, and exposing the real best budget TVs of 2025. Not the ones pushed by showroom salespeople or boosted by vague online reviews, but the TVs that deliver real performance, real value, and won't age like a 3-month-old banana. But first, hit that like button. Why? Because helping you avoid hundreds of wasted dollars and the agony of constantly rebooting a failing TV is kind of our thing here at Smart Budget Tech. If you're into saving money without settling, you just found your people. Let's start with what we call the budget Bermuda Triangle. TVs that should have been amazing, but instead turned out to be beautiful disasters. If you're even thinking of buying one of these, pause and listen close. Samsung DU7100 Crystal UHD. The logo Lure. Yes, it's Samsung, but no, it's not what it seems. On the surface, the Samsung DU7100 looks like a sweet little deal. 4K resolution, Crystal UHD branding, and a remote that whispers premium. But under the hood, this thing cuts more corners than a race car. Start with the picture. Colors look okay in store under fluorescent lights. But take it home, blacks turn grey. White balance is out of whack. HDR, a literal marketing afterthought. It technically supports HDR 10+, but with peak brightness barely tickling 250 nits, it's like bragging your car has turbo, but only in reverse and motion handling. Don't get us started. This is not a TV for sports. Watching football on this is like watching watercolor painting sprint. And if you're a gamer, input lag is inconsistent, and there's no VRR support. This is the bare minimum TV wearing a luxury badge. You're paying for the name and not much else. Vizio V Series 2025. Crash course in disappointment. Vizio used to be an underdog gem. Used to, but in 2025 the V Series has become a cautionary tale. Specs on the box scream value, 4K resolution, full array backlighting, Dolby Vision, sounds solid, right? Until you turn it on. Navigation through Vizio's SmartCast system is like walking through syrup. Slow, sticky, frustrating. Firmware updates break more than they fix. Owners report spontaneous glitches, apps refusing to open, random reboots. It's almost impressive, really. Every feature is present on paper, yet somehow all of them underwhelm in execution. Then there's the build quality. The entire unit feels like a drop away from disaster. And while it might save you $150 upfront compared to better models, we promise that money comes back in the form of headaches and premature replacements. Toshiba Class C350, Fire TV, the EOT trap. Now Amazon wants a piece of your living room and they've partnered with Toshiba to wiggle their way in. The C350 sounds enticing. Fire TV built-in Dolby Vision slim bezels, but the reality, it's painfully entry-level. Brightness maxes out around 260 nits. HDR looks basically the same as standard content. Motion handling is gaming features are MIA. Even the Fire TV interface, which sounds convenient, is a double-edged sword. It's built to serve Amazon's ecosystem, not your viewing experience. Expect a bombardment of Prime content shoved in your face, even when you're just trying to get to Netflix. That's not personal customization, that's digital manipulation. Bottom line, the C350 is fine until you compare it to literally any of the budget kings we're about to talk about, because not all hope is lost. There is a new breed of affordable TVs in 2025. TVs that don't just look good on a box or in a YouTube ad. These are TVs that perform where it counts. Ones that rival premium. Models in features, not just labels. Think of them as assassins in disguise. Budget slayers that cut through everything bad about cheap TVs and deliver the good stuff without the markup. You ready for the real list? Let's go. Hisense U8N, the brightness boss. This is the kind of TV that makes you double check the price tag because it sounds too good to be budget. The Hisense U8N is the type of budget TV that punches so far above its weight. It might just put cracks in OLED land, mini LED backlighting, full array local dimming, quantum tech, peak brightness soaring past 1600 nits, which is brighter than a lot of TVs, more than double the price. Want dazzling HDR? This delivers it. Dolby Vision IQ works flawlessly. Contrast, eye-searing, color, vivid and accurate, with almost zero calibration needed out of the box. Gamers rejoice. There's HDMI 2.1, VRR, ALLM, and 100th, or for its support on certain sizes. The U8N doesn't just show up, it embarrasses TVs priced hundreds higher. Software is solid too, thanks to Google TV running smoother than in past years. Fast transitions, reliable voice search, and minimal bloatware. Honestly, if your budget caps at $1,000, stop shopping TCL QM7, the quiet killer. The TCL QM8's little brother carries serious bite at a better price. The QM7 is rocking mini LED as well, though with slightly fewer dimming zones than the QM8. But unless you're pixel peeping like a professional calibrator, you'll barely notice. Colors are vivid, blacks are deep, and the quantum dot panel delivers rich, saturated detail that older QLED models couldn't dream of. TCL's AIPQ processor has been surprisingly snappy this year, handling 4K upscaling, motion interpolation, and real-time color balancing without a hitch. And here's something rare. This TV also brings decent built-in speakers, good enough to skip the $200 soundbar if you're not an audiophile. Gamers get the love too. 120 Hz VRR FreeSync Premium. The Google TV system is fast, less buggy than a year ago, and offers robust app support. QM7 proves you don't need a flagship to feel like you're on top of the mountain. Amazon Fire TV Omni QLED, the ecosystem trap that might work for you. When Amazon first dropped the Fire TV Omni, let's be honest, it was kind of a joke. The early models felt like glorified display tablets with awkward remotes and just enough performance to look decent on a product page. But in 2025, something changed. The Fire TV Omni QLED series quietly leveled up. This isn't just Amazon trying to sell you more Prime subscriptions, though they absolutely still want that. Don't worry, it's Amazon realizing that a smart TV needs more than just a flashy name and voice control. The result? A surprisingly competent QLED budget TV. Let's break it down. Colors are crisp thanks to quantum dot. Viewing angles are decent. Brightness has been bumped above 600 nits, which means your HDR actually has pop. Finally, it supports Dolby Vision IQ and HDR10+, and even adjusts the picture based on room lighting. That's something TVs twice this price still skip over. Sound mediocre. Most TVs in this bracket need a sound bar anyway, so that's no shocker. Smart features. If you like Alexa, you'll feel right at home. The Fire OS is designed from the ground up to keep you in Amazon's ecosystem. Menus prioritize Prime Video. Recommendations lean heavily toward Amazon-owned content. But if you're okay living inside the Amazon universe, or already do, this feels seamless. The real win here: simplicity. This TV isn't trying to fool you. It's not pretending to be a Pro C calibration marvel. What it does offer is a satisfying mid-tier experience at a killer price point. It's great for parents, great as a family living room centerpiece. Not bad for casual gamers either, but if you want performance and lesser-driven clutter, you can do better for just a little more. LG UR9000 series, the safe bet brand. Sometimes you want a flashy screen with quantum dots and gaming horsepower. And sometimes you just want a TV that won't crash on you mid-MUV. That's the LG UR9000. Look, is it sexy? Not really. Will it blow your mind with brightness and shadow detail? Also no. But does it do exactly what you want a mid to low budget smart TV to do without trying too hard? Absolutely. The UR9000 is LG's 2025 Goldilocks TV. Not too fancy, not too underpowered. It runs WebOS, still one of the cleanest TV operating systems out there. Setup is a breeze. The interface feels polished, not patched together like some of its competitors. And the remote is intuitive, even if you're not tech savvy. Picture quality is solid. It's edge-lit, not full array, but LG's processing helps it punch up colors and contrast pretty well. It handles scaling from 1080p to 4K without turning faces into clay, and while the HDR effects are conservative, they're consistent. You won't get blinding brightness, but you will get stability. And for casual users, that matters more. Now gamers, listen up. This isn't your battlefield. There's no 120Hz refresh rate, no VRR. Input lag is higher than we'd like. This is a streaming TV first, and you should buy it as such. But for seniors, for families who just need Netflix, YouTube, maybe some Disney+, the UR9000 is one of the safest value buys in the segment. No glaring weaknesses and no performance promises it can't keep. Skyworth Q92 Pro OLED, the sleeper assassin. Now we go from safe and reliable to shockingly under the radar. If you've never heard of Skyworth, don't feel bad. Most Americans haven't, but overseas they've built a quiet reputation for delivering advanced panel tech at borderline unbelievable prices. And in 2025, the Skyworth Q92 Pro OLED is shaking things up. This TV is a legit OLED panel with full Dolby Vision, HDR10+, and a display performance that drops jaws. We're talking deep inky blacks, pixel-level illumination control, saturated colors that rival LG's more expensive B4 series. And the kicker? It's usually $200, $300 less than the competition. The trade-offs exist. Absolutely. The UI based on Google TV isn't lightning fast. Boot-up times are slower. There are small bugs here and there, but for this price, you're getting that OLED contrast experience without selling an organ. Gamers, take note. Yes, there's HDMI 2.1, 120Hz of support and VRR, but the input lag isn't as tightly optimized as it is on Sony's or LG's top-tier gaming models. If you're hardcore, you might notice the delay. If you're casual, you'll be too distracted by the gorgeous blacks to care. Skyworth might not have the brand recognition, but if you want OLED magic on a sensible budget, this is easily one of the best. Secrets of 2025. Hisense U6N. Budget's most valuable player. We already crowned the U8N as the budget hero. But don't sleep on the junior lifesaver, the Hisense U6N. This little guy packs a staggering amount of features into its sub-$600 frame. No, it's not mini LED, but it is full array local dimming with wide color gamut and Dolby Vision IQ. That's a big deal. Most TVs in this class struggle with backlight uniformity and wash out during dark scenes. The U6N holds its own. You get Google TV, decent upscaling, and better than expected brightness around 550 to 600 nits. It's enough for impressive movie watching in moderately lit rooms. There's also support for gaming essentials like ALLM and a capped 60 Hz refresh. For most gamers, this works fine. Competitive pros might need more, but for casual console play or PC gaming, it holds together well. The real reason the U6N wins is balance. Every dollar spent feels like it went somewhere meaningful. It acts more expensive than it is. And unlike many budget TVs, it's targeted at long-term use, not just quick sales. Sunsuroku 4K, the no-nonsense option. Okay, let's zoom way out for a second. Maybe you're not here for the tech specs. Maybe you don't care about high nit levels or HDMI 2.1 ports. You just want a simple 4K TV that works, doesn't break, and doesn't make your wallet cry. We got you. That's the Sansui 4K Roku TV. No frills, no fakery, just solid 4K performance, a trusted Roku interface, and surprisingly fair picture quality given the price. Is it bright? Number? Does it have local dimming? Nope. But for under $350 in most cases, it's absolutely adequate for secondary rooms like a college dorm, guest room, or Airbnb rental. These Sansui TVs won't win awards, but they also won't crash and burn like some Vizio or Insignia models do. They're consistent, simple, and refreshingly straightforward. This is the kind of TV you can gift to someone's spare room and not worry about them calling you 3 times a week for tech support. So, let's pause right here in situ and take a breath, because we've gone from name brand catastrophes to silent killers. From Amazon's QLED curveball to OLEDs, half the price of what you'd expect. This is the twist no one tells you about in TV shopping. Sometimes the best experience comes from looking outside the big 5 brands, but we're not done. Up next, international comebacks, Panasonic's cinematic beast, the Sharp revival and the final battle, TCL versus Hisense. Who actually wins in 2025? Don't blink, it's about to get real.